Hello Red Devils fans, how are you all doing? I'm thrilled to bring you the main news about Manchester United in this transfer window, which is absolutely on fire. The transfer market is buzzing, and our United may be very close to sealing two blockbuster signings that could completely revolutionize our next season. I'm talking about Benjamin Seshko, the young Slovenian phenomenon from RB Leipzig, and, hold on to your seats, Gianluigi Donnarumma, the Italian goalkeeper who could be leaving PSG. These aren't just rumors, fans. Seshko is very close to becoming a reality, with advanced negotiations and the player already showing a clear preference for Old Trafford. And Donnarumma? Well, things at PSG are more complicated than ever, and that could be our golden opportunity. After the absolutely catastrophic 2024-25 season, where we finished in a humiliating 15th place in the Premier League, the worst position in our modern history, Ruben Amorim knows exactly where he needs reinforcements. In the attack, with an elite center forward. In goal, with a goalkeeper who inspires confidence and leadership. Just imagine, Seshko leading our attack alongside Cunha and Mbeumo, and Donnarumma guarding our goal with the authority of a Champions League winner. It would be the complete revolution we've been waiting for since the Ferguson era. So stick with me because I'm going to break down everything about these two deals that could mark the rebirth of Manchester United. Let's start by talking about Benjamin Seshko, who honestly could be the most exciting signing we've made in recent years. Fans, we're talking about a striker who's only 22 years old and is already being considered one of Europe's top talents. Seshko has been playing for RB Leipzig since 2023, and last season he was simply sensational. 21 goals in 45 matches across all competitions. But it's not just about numbers. Standing at 1.95 meters tall, the Slovenian has a commanding presence reminiscent of classic center forwards, but with refined technique and surprising speed for his size. What's most impressive about Seshko is his versatility. He can play as a traditional striker, but also has the ability to move wide or drop deep to link up play. He's exactly the kind of player Amorim needs for his 3-4-3 system. A striker who can hold the ball, participate in build-up play, and still be a constant threat in the box. Technically, Seshko is ambidextrous. He finishes well with both feet and has outstanding aerial ability. In the Bundesliga, where the game is very physical, he stood out precisely for his ability to contest all kinds of balls and come out on top most of the time. For the Premier League, where aerial duels are crucial, these attributes are pure gold. But perhaps the most remarkable aspect is his tactical maturity. At just 22, Seshko already shows a reading of the game that many more experienced players take years to develop. He knows when to press, when to drop back, when to exploit space behind the defense. He's a complete player in every sense of the word. And here's the part that's going to excite you even more. Negotiations for Seshko are much more advanced than the media is reporting. Sources close to the club confirm that Manchester United had direct contact with RB Leipzig in the last 48 hours, and the talks are progressing very positively. The fee being discussed is around 78 million, which may seem high, but considering the player's potential and current market prices, it's a very reasonable investment. For comparison, Liverpool paid 69 million plus 10 million in add-ons for Hugo Ekitike, and Seshko has an even more complete profile. But here's a crucial factor that could make everything easier. Christopher Vivell, our recruitment director. Vivell was the one who discovered Seshko when the boy was just 16 years old, while working at RB Salzburg. That historical connection is proving to be vital in these negotiations, because Vivell knows not only the player, but also his entire family and management structure. United is proposing a payment structure that would be attractive to both Leipzig and us. A lower upfront fee with performance-based add-ons. This strategy has worked well in our recent signings and could be the key to closing the deal. Moreover, Leipzig has already indicated they won't create unnecessary obstacles. Seshko has a gentleman's agreement with the German club, ensuring that if a suitable offer arrives, he will be allowed to leave without major issues. This is very different from situations where clubs hold out until the last minute. The next 72 hours could be decisive. There's a strong feeling behind the scenes that both United and Leipzig want to wrap this up quickly, without dragging the saga until the end of the window. For us, it's important to get Seshko integrated into the squad as soon as possible. For Leipzig, it's a chance to make a good deal and still have time to find a replacement. Now that we've talked about Seshko and how he could revolutionize our attack, it's time to dive into a second signing that could be even more impactful: Gianluigi Donnarumma. And fans, the Italian goalkeeper's situation at PSG is creating a golden opportunity for Manchester United. The explosive situation at PSG. Let's get straight to the point. Donnarumma is going through the toughest time of his career at PSG, and this might be our big chance. The 26-year-old Italian goalkeeper has been at a salary standoff with the Parisian club for over a year, and contract renewal negotiations are completely stalled. Here's the situation. Donnarumma is under contract until 2026, but is demanding a substantial wage increase. He currently earns $7 million net per season, plus $3 million in performance bonuses. It may sound like a lot, but considering he was instrumental in PSG's historic Champions League triumph last season, the Italian believes he deserves better recognition. PSG, on the other hand, is hesitant to further increase their wage bill, especially with the new financial fair play rules coming into effect. And here's the most important piece of information. The French club has already agreed to personal terms with Lucas Chevalier, Lille's goalkeeper, to replace Donnarumma. That means PSG is actively preparing for the Italian's departure. Chevalier, 23, was named the best goalkeeper in Ligue 1 last season and would cost around $40 million. If PSG is willing to invest that amount in a replacement, it's a strong sign they believe Donnarumma will leave, and that's where the perfect timing for United comes in. With only 1 year left on his contract, this is PSG's last chance to profit from Donnarumma. If he doesn't renew and isn't sold now, he'll walk for free in 2026. For a club that invested so much in the Italian, that would be a financial disaster. But there's more. Donnarumma has always been a player with a strong personality, and he is not at all happy with how the negotiations have been handled. Sources close to the player suggest he feels undervalued by PSG, especially after everything he's achieved for the club. And why is Donnarumma the ultimate solution for United's goal? Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Andre Onana was a massive disappointment last season. And when I say massive, I mean massive. The Cameroonian goalkeeper made crucial mistakes that cost us important points, and his lack of confidence became contagious throughout the defense. To give you an idea, Onana had the third worst save percentage in the Premier League among goalkeepers who played more than 20 games. His erratic decisions, inconsistent distribution, and nervousness in high-stakes matches created a sense of instability that affected the whole team. Even Nemanja Matic, who rarely criticizes teammates publicly, called him one of the worst goalkeepers in Manchester United history. Donnarumma, on the other hand, represents everything Onana failed to deliver. At 26, the Italian is at the peak of his career and has a resume that speaks for itself. Euro 2021 champion with Italy, where he was named Player of the Tournament. Champions League winner in 2024-25 with PSG. Delivering unforgettable performances against Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Manchester City. But it's not just about trophies. Technically, Donnarumma is superior to Onana in almost every aspect. His reflexes are outstanding. He has a reaction time that very few goalkeepers in the world possess. His distribution is accurate and varied, which is essential for Amorim's system that requires the goalkeeper to be actively involved in build-up play. And perhaps most importantly, leadership. Donnarumma is a born leader who commands his area with authority and inspires confidence in his backline. In Italy, at only 26, he's already the national team captain. That strong personality is exactly what our defense needs after years of uncertainty. Of course, Manchester United isn't the only club interested in Donnarumma. Manchester City and Chelsea are also monitoring the situation, which could complicate things for us. But we do have a few important advantages. First, urgency. While City and Chelsea have stable goalkeepers, we have a real need. Donnarumma knows he would be United's undisputed starter from day one, whereas at other clubs, he might face tougher competition. Second, the sporting project. Amorim has a very clear vision of how to use a goalkeeper in his system, and Donnarumma fits that philosophy perfectly. The Italian values well-defined tactical projects, and our proposal would be very appealing in that regard. Third, the financial aspect. United is willing to offer a competitive salary package, possibly matching or even surpassing what he currently earns at PSG. The fee being discussed is around €60 million, which might seem high, but considering we're talking about a 26-year-old Champions League winning goalkeeper under contract until 2026, it's a fair price in today's market. United's strategy is simple. Take advantage of the deadlock between Donnarumma and PSG to make an offer that works for all parties, and here comes the update you've been waiting for. Preliminary talks have already begun. United has reached out through intermediaries to gauge the willingness of both PSG and Donnarumma regarding a potential transfer. The initial response was positive from both sides. PSG wouldn't stand in the way if a proper offer arrived, especially since they already have a replacement nearly secured. Donnarumma, meanwhile, is open to discussing a project that offers him the recognition and appreciation he feels he's lacking in Paris. The salary package United is preparing would include a competitive base wage, plus substantial performance bonuses for both team and individual achievements.